you make of that? It's pretty one-sided throughout, Ken. What was your response?
Yeah, I think we've seen the benchmark as far as early in the season, and it's only early, but we did see we came to town thinking we were a genuine chance, and we got handed it to us, and we didn't cope with it. So it's a great opportunity for us to do something about it.
Probably a few areas, but what concerned you most?
Well, the obvious. The contested possession stat is clear, and you can't win any game of football when you're minus 50 or something that we were. It just reeks of just not tough enough. That's what it reeks of.
Is that a mindset thing? How do you fix that going forward?
Well, I suppose you've got to look at all things, because the week before we delivered on those numbers in the positive. Today we were beaten badly in that. So yes, we have to deliver on all sorts of things, whether it's a technical, fundamental, or a mental. We'll look at them all.
Do you expect those inconsistencies throughout the year when there's...
No one expects them, no one wants them, but the reality is that's AFL football. We get a glimpse of it every round, and we get a glimpse of ups and downs, massive swings, and we got one today.
Jason Francis noticeably booed today, Ken, his first game back in Melbourne. What's your take on that?
I don't know. I haven't got any. I don't know what take should I have on him. I'm not quite sure. He's probably got some attention on him. He's had that all summer. He's had that all for the last 12 months. Melbourne maybe don't like him as a town. I don't know. That's all I can suggest it can be, because he didn't play for Collingwood.
Do you discourage it from a fan point of view, or is that just
I don't think it. I don't see a need for it. Discourage. It's not my job to do that. I just don't see a need for it.
Travis Boak's return, how did you see that?
Yeah, it was good to get him out there, good to get some minutes in him. Clearly he's been underdone, and we've been mindful of that. He's quality for us, and he'll be better for the run himself, as hopefully we will be as a team. But it's just good to have Trav back out in the team. He's missed a lot of the last 4 or 5 weeks, so we're hopefully giving him the best chance to build a consistent season.
Is there any chance to start next week?
100%. He'd be. We managed him through this week in the view to getting him back closer to the level that we want him at to play 100%. And as I said before, physically I think he could have coped with 100% of the game. It's just how much footy he's been able to do. Now he's got nearly 60, or half a game into him today, that we hope will stand him in a position where next week he can play the full game.
Positive's probably tough to find, Ken, but was Charlie Dixon one of those? Is there anything you can take out of it?
Oh, not a lot, but I mean, we looked dangerous enough when we went forward, but we just didn't get enough of that. As I said, when we lost the contested possession around the midfield, I mean, our midfield last week was given plenty of airtime on what they were capable of. The reality is for them today, they get that check that they need to make sure that they keep their eye on the ball, and that's turn up and work hard, physically compete. No one's going to hand anything to you at this level.
And is that your message to the group? Honestly, this is a lesson for us, not a bad one to get early in the season. I mean, Chris Fagan said the Lions, maybe weren't mentally on edge, and maybe a bit of complacency there.
No, we've got no entitlement at all to spend any time in complacency, but we get an opportunity to reflect and go, you know what, that showed up some stuff that we know we have to continually work at. We won't shy away from that. We certainly weren't complacent coming here. We knew we were coming to play a really good team. What we got delivered was evidence to support we've got a lot of work to do.
You had a couple of guys with Nick Dacos at different stages. How did you see that play out?
I think Nick won. I do. I think he was pretty good. So, yeah, we went with him a little bit early. He's such a creative player and he's such a powerful runner. Everyone in the competition knows that. The challenge is to be able to put the clamps on him when they've got control like they did today. The difference will be what's the control look like if it's a 50-50 game. Is it going both ways? Now, Nick's short career would suggest he handles most of it. So I don't need to spend too much time on Nick other than the fact that he got us bad today.
And they're the benchmark, Cam. What is it you think that elevates Collingwood above everyone else?
Yeah, well, I think everyone's happy to see Collingwood going good, especially in this town. I think a lot of people and the stakeholders of the game wouldn't be upset by that. So for us, we got to work on what we need to work on. We, at some stage later this year, we'll get another chance to play Collingwood. So we've got plenty of things to focus on it, but it's just not Collingwood. We've got another game next week to worry about.
Lycett and Rosie spent some time on that bench. I think Lycett poked eye and Rosie knocked to the head? Or?
Yeah, he got a whack to the head. We did a concussion test, which was a little difficult to understand how it played out, but it did. We were planning to bring Boak in just before half-time, which was part of our planning, but we got held up a little bit with that based on some of the protocols that go around concussion. And information handed down from upstairs to tell you to check something out.
Lassett, how's he?
Yeah, poke in the ice, like he's fine. He's got a swollen eye, but which we say it like it's nothing, but he's actually got a swollen eye. But I wouldn't imagine there's too much for concern for him going forward. But
Jace Bergwijn, was that strategic or was he sore?
no, we knew once we knew we had a couple of options to do with what we were trying to do, and we knew Lockie could play a bit taller down back because we were a little bit undersized with what we went in with, but we knew that, and we knew Collingwood don't typically rely too much on their genuine bigs, but their running players, which I think they were right. They had their running players going good, but Jace was more around performance, how we were going and how he was going. So we made the call then.
Kenny, big week for the footy club. You've done plenty. Big week for the footy club. You've had plenty of showdowns.
Yeah. They're always big. Yeah, they're great. I mean, and we get, again, with the support of Collingwood, we get to, we're a famous jumper that we're really looking forward to, and that's the one thing that we get to look forward to for the week, and for everyone that's a Port Adelaide person to get out there and you watch them. They'll be out next week. They'll be out next week to make sure the prison bar jumper's clearly seen. It'll be exciting, but showdowns always are. Everyone knows that. Okay, thanks.
Thanks, Ken.